Okay, finally finished with the last one, and now let's grab all this stuff here and put it all away, and geez. Okay, a ton of scrap here, especially paper. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I can do with all this. Okay, it must be Scrap Buster! Hello everyone, this is Bernice from the Napping Mouse, and in today's video I'm going to do something that I haven't done before and I haven't seen anybody else do. I'm going to create these confetti clusters where I take bits and pieces of paper and I put them all together on one big paper and then go ahead and decorate it with other scraps that I have laying around. For example, I've got this yarn over here, I've got vintage buttons, I've got some of these stickers that I bought from the Dollar Tree that I haven't used until yet now. And then I also have some of these yarns and twine. So if you're interested in creating these beauties here, then grab your favorite drink and let's get started. Okay, folks, so the supplies that you're going to be needing are various scraps of yarn. I've got two different types here. I've got some various vintage buttons as well. And then I have this here, which is a faux wax seal. It's a sticker wax seal that I got at the dollar store. And then also if you punch out like extra bits of paper, go ahead and do that. And then these are all the scrap paper that I had from the last actually from various projects, but really from my last project that I have. Okay, so yeah, there you go. If you have double-sided paper, it actually will work better, but I'm going to use the single-sided paper to show you what you can do when you get all these white spots on the thing. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and I also forgot, of course, you're going to need glue, regular, I'm going to be using the art glitter glue here. Any kind of liquid glue is fine. And then when you're going to be using this, Fabri-Tac works well, or I'll be using the hot glue gun for this one. But first thing that you want to do is go through all of your scraps like this, and then start pulling out scraps around this size. And just for give you a general idea, this is a 1 by 3 and 5/8 there, but basically, I mean, it could be any size like that. This will be your base here, okay? So I'm gonna look for all of these and then just set these aside for now. Do I have any more? Do I have any more? And if I see any kind of yarn, I will just set those aside. Okay, so this is basically the strips right there. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do, and this is really the easy part of the whole project, is just tear it into pieces. What you'll be doing is creating like a confetti type thing. If you already have it cut or small pieces like that, go ahead and set it aside. Actually, that'll be a good idea, just so I can use them up instead of throwing it away. And let's see, do I have any more? Well, if I come across them, then I'll go ahead. And since this paper is really, really thin, I'm just going to do it a few at a time, okay? And that's all you're doing for now, is basically just tearing up your paper like this. And then just piling it into one. Now, you do want a lot. You do, I mean, we're going to create a big pile here, so let's see. I hope everyone is doing well. It's cooling down here in the hill country, and I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, I'm going to keep going here until I got a nice big pile. So just grab strips like this, and it really, the size doesn't matter, because what you're going to be doing is just covering up the bases here. Okay, so now that I have all my bits and pieces, this is pretty much all of the confetti that I've cut up, okay? So I'm going to take that and I'm going to set it aside right here. Whoops. I'll set it aside right here. And then I'm going to take my, this will be a good idea to use paper just so you can protect your surface, because you will be gluing it down. And then and also removing some of the confetti. So yeah, here we go. Make sure I'm in frame. Okay, there we go. We got my confetti, we got this, perfect. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue to this. And I'll just take one of my base here, and I will just add glue to the whole thing. Now, I'm not going to spread it. I'm just going to take this, and all I'm going to do is drop the paper right on top, just like this. Okay, and then shake it. Now, you can see that the reason why I said double-sided is easier, because at least you're not going to get a whole bunch of the white one, but we're going to cover those up, okay? And all I do is I let the confetti drop. Actually, I should put my base on the side here. So yes, and then any part that's sticky, I'll go ahead and either drop it or just take it and just plop it down like this, okay? And just take and plop, and that is basically all you're going to do. Then if you need to, like put a dab of glue here or a dab of glue there, yeah, you can do that, and then just start all over again, or just get little pieces like this. And like, for example, if you have too much of one color and you don't want that, or this part, but at least the background has like an image there, because we are using the decorative paper, and you can use regular paper as well if you need it. For the will work just fine. Okay, so now we've got this one here. So I will set this here, and now just keep working with the rest. So I'll put some more glue here. You can probably add some glue stick, depending on what kind of glue stick you have. But I put like a little bit, whoops, didn't cut that one, so that's set aside. Okay, oh, and see, this is all white over here. So then I just set this aside and put this down, and then add some more like this, just little bits and pieces like this. There's no other like glue. Now we are going to decorate this with some yarn and a type of scraps like that. So if you have like too much of a white spot, don't worry about it. You can go ahead and, well, I mean, we're going to end up covering it like this. So there's always ways of going around it. Okay, and also if you want it a little bit longer, just kind of glue one on the other, and then just extend it a little bit more like this, okay? Like that's a little bit longer, so I could make it longer like that, or I seem to be having a lot of blue, but that's the other one right there. So I'll set that aside. I don't think any of, so yeah, no, none of it's falling out. So that's what I'm going to do. And it's really just that simple, okay? So add a whole bunch of glue. I guess you can, if you wanted to do it this way, add that, spread it out really good, make sure it's not on the white spot, and then just go like this, and then see what grabs and see what turns out. So I kind of like this because every time I do it, it's a surprise. I don't know how it's going to turn out. You know what? I'm going to leave it white like this, and then I'll show you how another way of covering it up. But yeah, let me miss this little guy here. But yeah, there you go. And it's as simple as that. So let's go ahead, add more glue here. And the way I came up with this project, I really haven't seen anybody else do something like this before. And the way I came up with it is that, you know, when you're working on a project and you're cutting bits and pieces out like that, just to round the corners or cut the excess papers off, and I'm like, oh my God, look at all these little, they look like confetti. And I'm like, well, what else can you do with these paper? I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's make them even smaller like confetti, and then glue them all together, and then see what happens, and kind of celebrate it for what it is, you know, for the surprise element that it gives you. Every time you glue these papers together, it's all going to coordinate anyways, because I'm using the same paper pattern. So yeah, I've got 3 more left, so I'm going to finish those and then I will be back. Okay, everyone, so I am back and this is what I have left over. I've got these 6 bases over here, and what I like to do at this point is I like to take one of them, like let's say I'm going to work on this, and if I wanted to add some more here and there, I'll go ahead and do so. I still have a lot of, like here I feel like there's a white space there, and so I'll go ahead and put that down. And if I want to add another, you know, I'll go ahead and oops, this got camouflaged with the batch here. So yeah, and I want to add some more here, so that's what I'll do. And maybe I'll go ahead and see if I can extend this like this, so, and then add that here. And let's see, I've got this piece here. Okay, well, the ones that I can grab with my hands. Got that piece, and then let's say I'm going to cover that little place up here, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, now I'm pretty happy with this, so I'll go ahead and set this aside. This will be here, and I'll work on this, and this is just like all over the place. And so do I do something with it, or do I let it be for what it's wanting to be? So I'll go ahead and do this. I'll kind of square it out here. I'll put this, what happened to my glue here? Okay, let's do that. And that's what I will do. Oh, this got all glued together in one big clump, so I'm just going to add that whole big clump here. Oops, I did that on the wrong side. So yeah, so I'll leave that like that. And then with here, let's see, do I want to add anything, or kind of, let's add some on this side and build it up. So camouflages with the rest of the pile here. I'm trying to show you the ones that I work with. Okay, that's the one that I work with, and these are the ones that I've got to just go through and see if I'm happy with. So I'll put those 2 there. And then let's see, let's extend this guy here and kind of frame it. Now, once you put any other decorations, you know, you can hide it that way. But, I mean, since I've got all this extra things here, I can go ahead and just continue doing, you know, adding or leaving it alone and letting it be for what it is. But the reason why I came up with this, because it's just like so less thinking. Like, you just let it be, let it create itself, and then see what it comes up with. So I'll leave those 2 alone. That one has a little bit too much white for my taste. I'm actually going to leave that alone. So I am going to add some more. And again, you can continue doing that. If I had double-sided paper, I would, again, drop it and let it create itself and see what comes up. That was the white part, and that's not what I wanted. And then if you end up putting too much glue on one spot, just dab it with one and then go to another one. So I dab the paper and then I put it on another spot. And that's just another way of utilizing your glue here. Okay, that one decided to come apart, so I'm just going to do it like that. Ah, you weren't supposed to come apart. You know, but I kind of let it be and let it design itself. Okay, so I'll put this aside for later. And now I have these, what is it, 6, 7 of them. Okay, now it's time to decorate. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my yarn. These are the scattered ones that I kind of like to use. And you know when you have a yarn that's just tangled and you don't even know where the end is? So in this case, I just grab a whole bunch of this from my yarn pack over here, and I will go ahead and just start cutting it up like this, making it easy, and then just dab. Okay, so I've got those. Actually, I'll put those all together like that. Okay, next I have this. So you know how when you cut up little yarns and you've got like the end pieces? Well, I've been saving those, and actually I've been saving it for like Birds like to use it when they create their nest, and so these are just like for example, this was the end of a sewing kit. So what I can do is just grab some of this and then just put it on there and spread it out, and then just see how it turns out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that with that. And then I've got some more here. I've got this yarn over here that I really, really love. And so I'll grab a piece here and I'll just cut it up and let it do its thing right here. Okay, so I've got that right there. Alrighty. And so now that I've got that, I already turned on my hot glue gun and I'm going to add hot glue. So we'll start with the closest one over here. So I'll add that, but before I do, this is a great way to go ahead and design each one first before gluing anything down, and then you'll have all the materials together. Like for example, maybe I want to put that, and that one says thank you and one says love right there. What is it? Love, thank you, and for you. Okay, really nice. So maybe I'd want to put that there. So I'll just kind of like lean that on the side, and let's say for you, let's just add that right there, and then I'll get one more and I'll put love and I'll just add it for this here. Set that aside. Then I'll grab my buttons and I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe I'll put a button over there, or I can put, actually I could put this here and then that on top, and that would look really nice. And so I'll go ahead and just add some of the buttons here that I like, my favorite, and these are the vintage ones. So yeah, or two, like when you mix and match buttons, for example, a large and a small, they look really, really great. Or kind of just like go, like kind of make it off, and then you've got, or off-centered, kind of make it off-centered, and then just add some different elements, just different textures of buttons. Okay, all right, so oh, we've got this guy here, so let's add this one because that's one of my favorite buttons here. And I'll add another one there, and I'll add a pretty one there too. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going to glue this down, and I prefer to use the hot glue only because it's going to finish quickly. And so when you're working with hot glue, be very careful. I've got these little silicone, I guess they're, well, what do you call it? Silicone fingertips thingamajiggy. And they really protect, and I actually got them from the Dollar Tree. Now I'll try this too, like we'll grab some of these and see what happens. I mean, there's really no mistake here. So I'll go ahead and grab this. If you are working with just the fabric, then you can use the Fabri-Tac with this also. It's just that the hot glue gun will finish faster, and I just really like the results of that. So okay, let's see here. All right, gluing all over the place. Let's add, we can add that, or we can, oh, I've got this here. I've got another piece of paper that I can add something like this. Or you can leave it as plain as possible, because you know, you don't know where you're gonna put this to decorate it. So just leave it as simple as possible, and you can add more elements to that. Or actually, as they come too, like you get another button, or you get another, you cut a little piece of this or that, you know. So yeah, make it work for you there. Okay, so let's get this one here. I'm gonna glue this down, and I'm gonna add the hot glue gun here, or the hot glue. Okay, let's go like that. And I've got all of these extra pieces in the hot glue. Let's see if it'll take. Another way of cleaning my desk as well. So let's go ahead and add this here. And I will add it here on the side. Now these are stickers, and they do stick on the back. Oh, there we go. But I do add hot glue gun to this because, you know, in time the sticky part will dry out, and especially when it's not directly on paper, like something textured, like a glitter paper or something like that, or even this element. Sorry, I'm getting all these cobwebs from the glue now. And so, yeah, that's why you want to do that. Now, this one ended up being off-centered, but I'm fine with that. I am not going to fret. Okay, let's add this one here. I hope everyone is doing well. If you do like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. It does help out my channel. And also consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be having a lot more content available as we go. Okay, this one here, that's fine. Okay, so there's that one there, and I've got that one. Now let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to finish the rest, and then I will come back with the results, okay? Okay, folks, so these are the results of my creations here. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this yet, but I'm going to let it be for now. Okay, let me know what you think, honestly. And here's this one right here. And then right here, you've got this one, which I actually liked. This is here from another vintage piece that I had, but I thought it went really well with the color scheme and also the vintage appeal for that. That one I like a lot right there. And then I've got this one, which I'm going to leave it like this for now because I may have like a saying or some kind of picture or another image I like in the future. So I'll leave that. And then this one here I like. And then this one I decided to go ahead and glue this beautiful button here on top of another button right there. Okay, and then these were the other ones that I had made beforehand. So okay, folks, well, that is it. If you like what you see, again, please give me a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, thanks. Bye-bye.